Audio testing 1 2 3. Audio testing 1 2 3. Audio testing 1 2 3. Yo, video, come on, dude, get the fuck out here. Audio testing. Okay, yeah, done. All right, good, excellent. All right. So I want to stream a little bit, as it is streaming that brought me back from the dead, honestly. PoE 0.3.0 is coming out in a week. I am honestly very hyped. A lot of changes. A lot of good changes. There's gonna be sprinting, which is sounds cool. A lot of changes across the board of skills, ascendancies. My buddy and I were talking over these changes. Ranger looks OP. Already, this kind of archetype now is tanky as fuck already. And not only will this exact build be getting whatchamacallit, it's gonna get I forgot what am I talking about here. Oh shit, now I'm in trouble. It's going to get deflect. Within the patch notes, deflect is an extra layer of defense. It's just free, I'm guessing. Where you just nullify portions of the damage that are the incoming damage without doing anything. That kind of stuff is usually OP. They remarked in the notes that evasion was the weakest defensive layer, to which I kind of chuckled, because honestly I thought that evasion was a very good defensive layer, one of the best in PoE 2. Now, if you don't like getting one shot by something, like, yeah, I mean, having a low health pool, high evasion, not your thing, right? But I found like I got a lot more, actually, with like, let's say a pure ES character. Because unlike PoE 1, pure ES characters in PoE 2 don't have a reliable way of, well, there are exceptions to this, like if you have certain unique items, you can leech back your ES constantly. But I find those to be kind of unreliable. Like, it restricts your build heavily. Now, the biggest nerf coming to this build, there's two of them. One is at the deepest tower. This is like such a crucial part of this build that without it, you lose like I don't know, like all of your damage. I don't know, but look, you're gonna start to take back the damage from here. Okay, so like, whereas before you'd rely on this stuff, the finality, and these nodes. Okay, this is basically all the bullshit that was enabled by deepest tower. Now you don't have to go into these nodes anymore. So the question is, can you somehow crank out similar levels of damage without relying on deepest tower? It could be possible. It might be possible. This was buffed to 50% of your evasion rating. Now grants LE damage reduction. And generally speaking, if you watch any kind of like top tier content creator, they'll keep telling you how deadly LE damage is in this game. Chaos damage is kind of rare in PoE 2. It might change in the next patch, which would bring up the value of Chaos Inoculation. But unlike PoE 1, which has a lot of deadly sources of Chaos damage, that's kind of rare in PoE 2. So, on top of Deflect, now being just a free layer of defense on top of Evasion, you now have the buffed Sustainable Practices. You also have a new change. Armor also grants LE damage reduction. How they stack, we don't know the math yet. Galen was telling me it's calculated before your res, which would really suck. Although, is it not the same thing? But anyway, so right now, armor's at 19, right? Well, instead of using ES evasion, might consider armor evasion. Sounds crazy, I know. By the way, evasion, from my own personal experience, this starts to take off a huge when you are going over 60%. When you combine it with block, you get really tanky. You combine that with deflect, you get really tanky. And I don't know what to say. Just that PF will be tanky. And if there are no one-shots, well, being tanky is very nice. And armor can be legit defense next league. I mean, look, let me put it this way. When Zesht one-shots you with his hand, and that big hag type, what's the one that witch that, like, I forgot, the one that, like, you know, wants to, like, the incestual big fat witch. She does that rolling slam, right? That kills everybody in one shot, right? These are all like fizz damage. These are all fizz damage things. Although, they also said that in the next patch, every attack can be parried or blocked. I believe that was the wording. If I'm not mistaken. If you can parry or block or evade slams, you know, like, that would be amazing. Like, because although it is a snooze fest to never die, never dying is really nice. Then I will lament the fact that, truthfully though, the Flicker Strike build was way more fun. Okay, like, even if I'm torn. Like, Gemning Legionnaire also got a huge buff, I think, with power charges. There is a new node that gives you like a power charge every 8 seconds, which, if you ask me, is pretty strong, because what that means is I believe power charges are like 15 seconds or something by default. You can also scale it. Because your power charges refresh, all of them, on gaining one. If I'm not reading this wrong, it means that you'll never lose your power charges as a Gemling Legionnaire. I think that's pretty strong. And the Flicker Strike build that I have, one of the most common issues I had was like, oh shit, I lost all my power charges, right? Because you need to generate them all the time. Now, okay, so for this build, the biggest issue is that you lose Deepest Tower. I'm also using a really rare shield, which I got from, I don't know, random drop. Trample Toe was not touched. Playfinger not touched. You also get new concoction next league where it consumes the poison and does damage. That could be huge. The problem though is I think shield charge got heavily nerfed in the sense that you can now spam it without cooldown. But I think what they did is they lowered the damage to compensate for that benefit, and also the recovery time is longer. So the problem with this build is that without shield charge, I do believe it's too hard to charge Plague Bear in an instant. So, although this Pathfinder will be very tanky, without any other knowledge of other skills, on some level I think playing Flicker Strike again would not be the best, like, in terms of overall, like, effectiveness. Like, as in, like, you want to be, like, top dog. But it's certainly, once you get it rolling, would be the top in terms of fun. Like, I know that, like, if I'm going to be a zealot on a build, like, just play it for the sake of the build, it's going to be Flicker Strike, because holy shit is ever fun. I'm serious. It's so fun. It's hilarious. Like, you actually start laughing sometimes at the funny shit that happens on your screen. I don't know why when I loaded in here I had like 22 passive points. And this is also a deepest tower build. It's hilarious. They're all deepest towers. Not having played for so long, I have no idea what I'm doing anymore, but yeah, I believe I was using Serpent's Egg to get more charges faster. You may not even need this anymore because the new, I think, Gemling Legionnaire will become a really good Flicker Strike character. I think. I totally forgot this game. Why did my short so many points? Was I in the middle of changing something? I don't even remember my own build. Oh, certainly we just go here, huh? These are pretty cool notes, I thought. Okay, what am I missing? I already forgot. Oh man, this was a weapon switch build as well. So also weapon switching got buffed. Now weapon switching is instantaneous. This build relied heavily on weapon switching, which is now kind of all like screwed up now. Like I borked. I don't know why I borked this build for. Most certainly I came here, right? No? Whew. Did they change the name of the Crushing Verdict? Yeah, I mean, this build relied heavily on War Cries, because it was Infernal Cry. The OP shit in this one was not only Deepest Tower, but that Infernal Cry would yeah, you don't need the endurance charge bonus. But look, the line where it says empowered attacks gain 45% of damage is extra fire damage per 5 power of enemies. Look, this is basically like doubling or tripling your Flicker Strike damage on a single target. It's crazy. I forgot how to play this build, by the way. I don't even remember. You need to have weapon swapping to be very smooth here, otherwise it will not work. The difficult part was really getting a good staff. Tangledong has been nerfed heavily as it no longer crits. You need to run Vol's Protector, which is a very shitty item defensively. But now you drop Deepest Tower, you might get something, I don't know what you replace there. We'll never know. And this was a hilarious build to play. I had a really fun time with it. Question is, can I still play it? Okay, so Spear Field. That is so cool. Where's Flicker Strike, for crying out loud? Oh, it's that one. It's the blue icon, which is what? Map to A. Okay. This is a two-button build. You just push this as charges, power charges, and you push Flicker Strike, Flicker Strike. Okay, so, I mean, alright. And then where's the War Cry? We'll see. Alright, I gotta get... I'm not sure about this build anymore, so I'm gonna dig out a really shitty tier of a map. Yeah, take it. I take it. There you go. I'm so unhappy that they did not improve the UI for this. I hate the Atlas system. But let's go. Does this even still work? So, although this build also uses Deepest Tower, I feel it's less gimmicky than Plague Bearer. It's more fun than Plague Bearer. It got buffed because of the Gemling Legionnaire's constant power charge. But let's see. So Spearfield Am I not getting power charges now? Huh? There we go. Is that not hilarious? Where's my power charges? Excuse me. Oh, on the bottom. See, on the bottom. It's on the bottom now. Look. You gotta wait. The graphics are still loading. It looks stupid because we don't know what's happening. Now, the weapon swap speed is a thing. I've even allocated points on this silly tree to deal with the slowness of weapon swapping. I think I did, didn't I? If not, I'm doing it again. But like, here, I didn't do it. Oh, okay. I should. I forgot how to play this build, honestly. But it was a 2-button build essentially, where you use spam spear field, you would get a lot of power charges, and then you let it fly. And I don't have the power charge nodes. What happened to this build? Like, I should be... I think I borrowed items or something. Yeah, here. Why was this... Huh? Why is this character all like... Things were removed? Okay, has all the things loaded? The textures and shit. So. Maybe could have. Okay, that's just too fun, right? What do you guys think? Isn't that like so much fun to watch you like do this? Oh, right. I don't even have the. I don't even have the. What you call it? Where's the charged staff? Okay, this is. Okay, I'm gonna die here. How do I have? I don't have charged staff mapped. Wait, hold on a second. Skills? Where's charged staff? Okay. How do I map this? Okay. I don't know. I think it should be A and then X like that. Yeah, there you go, 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 there you go. Okay. So it'd be like you have this charged staff. Is there a timer on it? Where's the timer for charged staff? Is it permanent now? It'd be so cool if it was. That's cool, right? We got the laser coming out. Oh man, that's fun. This is not even min-max, by the way. Like, this is just... I mean... That is so neat, right? There's a new, whatchamacallit gem that does, support gem that raises level of the thing, and it gives, like, quality. Because I think what the deal with Flicker Strike being strong is mostly that... If I'm not mistaken, you look at the quality, plus 23, right? So you have a 41% chance to not remove charge on use. And I believe I socket in... Hold on. Another 35% on top. So the higher this goes, the quality, like 41% chance. So basically, because quality is at 23. Huh? How does this scale exactly? 23% giving you 41% chance? I'm not sure how scaling works exactly, but if you add another 5%, it is deceptively strong. Like, you have a gem now, a support gem that's going to add. And what if you get the Rockiata's thing? Like, come on, like... So you'd lose execute. That's giving you huge damage. You're gonna have to stack more crit. I don't know. It's like already it's the embitter damage here is just a nice cherry on top. My point being is that you can socket to compensate for the loss of Deepest Tower. There are many good supports that would replace it, and with the quality of life that comes with having like right now I'd have charges, right? Ready to go. Charge my charge staff. Eliminates a clunk, basically. And you can enjoy the playstyle, you know? Like, it was really fun. Like, at one point you could like oh shit. And the fun part is that you get in trouble sometimes by doing this. You just hit one button and watch a show, you know? So actually the more juiced mobs there are, the more you kill in a small time frame. Yeah, I mean I like Picker Strike a lot, and you get a defensive upgrade by being a Dex class, you deflect.
Nice work.
The only reason why Tango Tongue is used here is because it generates a lot of crits, and the fact that you get Bulls Protector. Like, let me check one thing, right? So here, there is a very neat mechanism now where, where's Resonance? Look, it says gain of Frenzy instead of Endurance. Okay, never mind then. Okay, never mind. Liquid Strike just lives and dies by the charge generation, that's it, you know? I think it's pretty fun. It's really fun because of the boss damage, which... Like, this is a very fun boss killing build. Once you have Infernal Cry, and you basically shout in front of the boss, and then you do a max charge Flicker Strike, it usually kills the boss with one flicker. Usually. It's tanky enough, right? It's not dying right away, but it's fun. It's a little more clunky than Plague Bear overall, though. Anyway. It's obviously cooler and more fun to get up and running. But because the build's already finished, let me stay here. Yeah. I mean, you could combine anything. You can have crossbows too if you want. You can put anything you want. Flicker is just your boss killing tool, and you could replace the spear with whatever the hell you want. I think what you'd have is, for weapon swap to protect, basically you have a staff in your back pocket. You are generating charges. In fact, you don't even need to put on Vol's Protector. I just realized this. If you have your first setup here as a complete clear setup, and all you do is collect the power charges passively just by walking around, when you encounter something very hard, you use Flicker Strike. And on a boss, well, hopefully you can kill in one hit with one Flicker Strike. But I mean, like, the idea is essentially just that, isn't it? It's just basically... I'll have to look at the notes again. But so far, I think these are the two builds I want to replicate, if possible, for the new league. But barring anything else that kind of jumps out at me, so far the other stuff seems pretty unexciting. Yeah, I think Pathfinder would be really tanky, but Flicker Strike is the most fun. I think all the builds, it really is. Anyway, I'm getting sleepy now, so